Good afternoon, everyone. I am Flourish Enyogo Olutumi, a law student of Obafemi Awolowo University and an undergraduate intern at Harlem Telecommunications Academy. And today we are going to be having our debate presentation. Now, the topic for discussion is that Harlem Telecommunications wants to roll out and become a mobile network operator. Now, the argument today is going to be based on whether or not Harlem Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators or Harlem Telecommunications should not interconnect. To propose their argument today, we are going to be having two teams. We have Team A and Team B. Team A is going to be supporting that Harlem Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators, while Team B will be opposing that motion. Before we go further, I would like to define what interconnection is. The Nigerian Communications Act of 2003 defines interconnection as the physical and logical linking and connection of communication systems to be used or operated by licensees. Now, in order for them to be able to convey messages to and from the respective systems for the provision of services. Now, Team A are going to be introducing themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oroluwa Olabi, a student of Obafemi Awolowo University and an intern at Allen Telecoms Academy.
Good afternoon. I am Adesina Roki, a student of the Faculty of Law, Obafemi Awolowo University, and an undergraduate intern at Allen Telecoms Academy.
I am Esther Olayinka, a law student of Obafemi Awolowo University and an undergraduate intern at Island Telecoms Academy, and I will be walking you through the arguments in opposing the motion that Island Telecommunication Company should interconnect with mobile network operators.
My name is Oyindamola Ayola. I'm a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, and I'll be stating reasons why Allen Intercommunication should not interconnect with other mobile network operators. Thank you.
All right, thank you Team A and Team B. So now we'll be diving into those that will be supporting the motion that Harlem Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators. And to proceed, we'll be having Oreoluwa Ovolabi.
Imagine the frustration of Baba Bala, a 78-year-old man, after yet another unsuccessful attempt at reaching his beloved friend. What had happened? He didn't understand. There was simply no interconnection. Unknown to Baba Bala, his mobile network, Gigi network, had not yet interconnected with his beloved friend's Airtel mobile network, and as such, there was no communication. According to the Nigerian Communications Act 2003, interconnection is defined as the physical and logical linking and connection of communication systems to be used or operated by different or same licensees in order to convey information to and for the production of services. Today, I present to you a compelling case for why island telecoms should interconnect existing mobile network operators in Nigeria. This strategic move will not only provide immediate benefit for island telecoms, but also provide long-term growth and development for the island telecoms in a fast evolving market. My argument shall be premised on three major standpoints. Point one, access to established infrastructure. Interconnecting with existing MNOs like MTN, Airtel, Glo, Interalia would give access to alien telecommunications to get access to established infrastructure. This would greatly reduce the initial capital expenditure of alien telecommunication. As a matter of fact, the Nigerian Communications Commission revealed that initial infrastructure deployment can cost up to 60% of a new entrant budget. Of course, Allen interconnects with existing MNOs will grant it access to established infrastructure, which would greatly reduce its capital and operational expenditures. This would then lead to a faster market entry, which would create brand enhancement and visibility. To my second point, expanding customer base. Interconnecting with existing MNOs would grant Allen Telecommunications Company the opportunity to tap into the existing MNOs customer bases, which would lead to an increase in its subscribers. It would enhance its brand visibility and market penetration. As a matter of fact, Allen Telecommunications can offer seamless services and value-added services, which would attract other customers to itself, because other customers who value flexibility and reliability would be attracted to Allen value-added services. In fact, the Nigerian Communications Commission also revealed that a new entrant can gain up to 15% market share in the first 3 years of its entry into the telecommunications market. To my third and final point, long-term financial benefits. Interconnection would lead to a great reduction in capital expenditures for Allen Telecommunications. Sharing of resources and infrastructure allows for an economies of scale, which will positively impact Allen Telecommunications' bottom line. Indeed, Allen Telecoms can focus on other revenue streams by leveraging on existing MNOs customer bases to provide services that will cater to a broader audience, which would be different from its competitors' own. Of what they mentioned is Airtel Nigeria, a country which witnessed substantial growth in 2010 after acquiring Zee Nigeria. It witnessed a substantial growth of its revenue, moved from $1.5 billion to a whopping $3 billion in 2018. In Kenya also, Safaricom, the biggest telecommunications company in Kenya, witnessed its revenue rise from $350 million to a whopping over $2.5 billion in 2019. What has happened? Effective interconnection made way for these changes. This then proves that interconnection leads to a greater advantage because it leads to long-term financial benefits. Of course, opposing schools of thought may want to posit that interconnection may limit Allen Telecommunications autonomy, which may then force it to conform to existing player standards. Ladies and gentlemen, however, Allen Telecommunications, by leveraging on existing players' infrastructure, would be able to focus on other unique services and customer-based services, which would differentiate it greatly from its competitors. Again, market saturation may want to be another argument of the opposing school. However, interconnection allows for differentiation through innovation, which would then lead to a greater benefit for Allen Telecoms Company and its subscribers. As a matter of fact, a lot of subscribers may want to leave existing players as because they are underserved. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Allen Telecommunications interconnecting with existing MNOs in Nigeria is not just a strategic move, but a necessary and important method for a successful and sustainable telecommunications business in Nigeria. By leveraging on existing infrastructure, expanding customer bases, differentiating through innovation, they would then get a long-term benefit which is sustainable and substantial. Thus, by embracing this opportunity, Allen Telecommunication would be able to impact Nigeria's telecommunication landscape, driving innovation and enhancing the lives of millions of Nigerians.
All right, so thank you. Next up, we'll be having Rocky, the supporting speaker.
Picking up from where Oreluwa, my chief speaker, ended, I shall be giving two solid reasons why Allen Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators. First, being revenue generation and economic benefits. Allen interconnecting with other existing MNOs like MTN with decades of experience will generate much more revenue and income for Allen Telecoms, which will in turn increase the the economic benefits of Allen Telecoms. The opposite school of thought may want to say that interconnecting with existing MNOs will increase expenses. However, I beg to differ that Allen Telecoms will not only be paying interconnect rates, but they will also be receiving interconnect rates from all the MNOs that they have interconnected with. This then will in turn generate much more revenue for Harlem Telecoms, which will place the company in a financially stable state, which will in turn help them meet their goal, will also help them diversify their business and will also make them tap into the unexploited parts of that same business. My second point is consideration of consumer, customer, and in this case, subscriber satisfaction. It is a well-known tool in every business that subscriber and customer satisfaction is a tool for business growth. Imagine a situation where someone who is an Allen subscriber tries to reach out to any other person around the country but is unable to do so because Allen Telecoms has not interconnected with other MNOs. This eventually will make that subscriber lose its interest in Allen Telecoms. The opposite school of thought may think that they will try to jettison this point by making their SIM cards all available in the country. But it is also worthy to note that MNOs with years and decades of existence and experience, like MTN, Airtel, since they began their business, they have been selling SIM cards on a daily basis until now. That process has not ended yet. In fact, they keep making adverts on how to sell their SIM cards to make people get SIM cards. This means that selling of SIM cards will not cut it. Moreover, they may also want to say they will roll out their services at a cheaper rate. But the disadvantage of not interconnecting with these MNOs is bigger and shall eclipse the cheaper rate. In conclusion, let me take you through the story of a devastated mother whose child was involved in an accident. Then she picks up her phone to call the emergency unit of a hospital. Unfortunately for her, she's using Harlem Telecoms, and that is alien to the emergency unit of the hospital. She kept on calling and calling and calling and calling, and unfortunately for her, she was not able to reach out to them because Harlem Telecoms have not interconnected with the MNOs that the hospitals are using. This and this without any doubt will eclipse and crush the interest that this woman has in Harlem Telecoms. These are many more are the reasons why Harlem Telecoms should interconnect with existing MNOs. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's such a convincing argument. Well, we are not done yet. We are going to be moving over to those who will be opposing the argument. Now, Harlem Telecommunications should actually interconnect with existing mobile operators, and Esther will be taking the lead on this.
In a world where interconnectivity reigns supreme, we beg to differ by proposing that Allen Telecommunication Company should stand its ground by not interconnecting with existing mobile network operators. This unconventional stance not only challenges the status quo but also positions the company as pioneers in fostering innovations and customer loyalty. While many people may believe that interconnection is necessary for growth, we believe that true success lies in creating a unique identity through a self-contained ecosystem. While walking you through the argument that in opposing that island telecommunication should interconnect with existing mobile network operators, I shall be discussing three salient points, one of which is that not interconnecting fosters innovation. In order not to follow the crowd and also to stand independently, to thrive independently in the telecommunication world, island telecommunication should consider discovering unique services tailored towards probably a specific group of persons, and also this uniqueness could differentiate it from other network operators. This uniqueness could also go a long way in boosting the business and also resonating the business in the midst of amidst the specific group. This specific group could be a group of highly placed personnel such as corporate personnel and agencies. Even the government could consider ratifying the network as its official network to be used within the ministry. Also, investing in advanced infrastructure such as 5G and optics could enhance network quality and also and the speed of the network also. And this could attract customers and create a large customer base. Moving on to my second point, which is cost management. By avoiding interconnection, any telecommunication company could reduce its operational costs, which is associated with network integration. Normally, when network operators interconnect, they incur expenses which is related to infrastructure upgrades, maintenance of shared facilities, and also this could quickly escalate, and this could affect their financial health, the company's financial health, and also its ability to invest their money into more crucial areas. Take for instance the issue between Globacom and MTN, where Globacom owes MTN an amount of about 3 billion naira. This debt did not accrue overnight, it accumulated over time. Moving on to my third point, which is regulatory compliance. By refusing not to interconnect, agents of the communication could effectively adhere to regulation and guidelines of the Nigerian Communication Commission. Also, interconnecting with multiple network operators could complicate efforts. It could also frustrate efforts, and this is as a result of a situation whereby the various networks could have varying practices and techniques which would not resonate with other telecommunication companies network. This complexity could lead to violation of regulation, this which could in turn lead to penalties and also legal issues. My opponents may want to argue about not reachability. Let's accept that um Allen Telecommunication agrees to interconnect with other network operators. What then happens whereby there is a network breakdown, network issue, whereby Allen Telecommunication company are unable to reach the other network operators. What will then happen? They will not be able to reach the people they want to reach also. This will in for to buttress on this, we would like to work on our own network and not to reach out to Airtel, call Globacom, call MTN in order to solve the issue. We will internally solve the issue by ourselves when there is independent network, or when there is independent network, when our network is independent. In conclusion, I would propose that Alex Telecommunication should stand its ground on not interconnecting with other network operators, and this will spark innovations, reduce costs, and also they'll be able to comply with regulations. Thank you.
All right, next up will be Abby Oye.
As highlighted by my partner, the financial implications of interconnecting are very substantial, most especially the capital investment involved in setting some necessary infrastructure. Building on that, I'll be talking on market saturation and the challenges LM Telecommunications will face as a new entrant in the competitive landscape if they interconnect. What is market saturation? Market saturation is a situation whereby the demand for a particular good or services in a specific market is not met. The NCC regularly popularizes their market analysis, indicating the market saturation and the competition among existing operators. The NCC statistics shows how competitive the landscape is. Given the saturated market, interconnecting will therefore bring difficulties in attracting customers, leading to reduced growth, reduced innovation, and financial difficulties. Secondly, the quality of service concern. The Quality of Service Regulation 2003 inter expect intercommunication operators to meet specific quality standards. Most MNOs, after interconnecting, find it difficult to provide consistent and reliable services due to unexpanded infrastructure infrastructure services and experience. Additionally, if Alem Communications choose to interconnect, it will give the other operators, it will strengthen their power to create some terms of agreement which can further affect Alem Telecommunications. In conclusion, RM Buffett once said, risk comes from not knowing what to do. By interconnecting, Alem Telecommunication is entering into an unknown territory of financial burdens, problems from regulatory bodies, and intense competition. Instead of entering the saturated market, why not stick to what they are best at, which is providing quality services at their own jurisprudence? Why risk everything you have to enter a race where success is uncertain? We should all choose the path of wisdom, stability, and strategic growth. Thank you.
All right. So we've heard arguments from both sides. We've heard from the supporting side for why Allen Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators. They've spoken about how it's going to help them reach more customer base, how it's going to reduce capital expenditure, and how it's going to give Allen Telecommunications access to established infrastructures, which is really, really important. But to rebut this supporting argument, the opposing side has argued that Highland Telecommunications should not interconnect, and the reasons being that Highland Telecommunications can decide to provide quality service to a target audience. That means that they necessarily do not have to serve everyone, because if you're talking to everyone, you might as well not talk to anyone at all. And they've also proven a point that market saturation and entering into a market that success is not assured. So you've heard from both sides, and I'm sure that we've enlightened you on interconnection. And if you are a company or even a person who is ignorant on what interconnection means, the disadvantages and advantages of interconnection, I'm very well assured that by now your eyes will have been opened and you have understood the basic knowledge of what interconnection is. And you can leave it to yourself. We leave it to you to decide whether Allen Telecommunications should interconnect with existing mobile network operators, or Allen Telecommunications should just be on its own and not interconnect with existing MNOs in Nigeria. Thank you.